10 Pros and Cons of Living in New Hampshire. New Hampshire has been listed as the number 2 state to live in America by U.S. News & World Report's list. The state is predominantly known for its pristine wilderness, high quality of life, and excellent job market. It is defined by quaint little towns and vast wilderness. It is also known as the Granite State due to its many quarries and extensive granite formations. If you do plan on making the move to New Hampshire, you may want to consider a few of the advantages and disadvantages of living in this state. Pros of living in New Hampshire. There are many benefits to living in this beautiful state, including outdoor living, a safe environment, and plenty of job opportunities, to mention a few. For this article, we will focus on 5 of the top advantages of living in New Hampshire. 1. Beautiful scenery. New Hampshire is one of New England's most prized gems. The beauty of this state has to be seen in order to truly be appreciated. Its landforms are defined by majestic mountain ranges, exquisite lakes, and scenic landscapes. If you enjoy skiing, then you will truly love Mount Washington. It's the tallest mountain in New Hampshire and the highest peak. Its views are something out of this world. In addition, it is a top hiking destination, and the view from the top of the mountain on a clear day includes New York, the Atlantic Ocean, Massachusetts, and Canada. White Mountain National Forest offers tourists camping, hiking, horseback riding, as well as skiing in the wintertime. Other mesmerizing locations include Lake Winnipesaukee, Hampton Beach, Portsmouth Harbor, Conway Scenic Railroad, and Kancamagus Scenic Byway, to mention a few. 2. Zero sales tax. That is right, there is no sales tax in the state of New Hampshire. This is one of only 4 states in the United States that offer no sales tax to its residents. That means that the price you see on any item is the price you will pay. In addition, the fact that there is no sales tax means that property is much more affordable in this state. Many residents establish a home in New Hampshire as it is close in proximity to Boston. These residents then commute to Boston as it is much more affordable to purchase a home in New Hampshire and commute across the state to work. In addition, no sales tax means that retirement income is not taxed either. 3. Great employment opportunities. The unemployment rate in New Hampshire is quite low, sitting at 2.1%. That is because New Hampshire is home to some of the biggest names in business, including Bay Systems, Velcro, USA Inc., Oracle, Fidelity, UPS, PC Connection Inc., and Medtronic, to mention a few. Many of these companies are global companies that have their roots in New Hampshire. In addition, many of these companies offer excellent employment packages, including decent benefits, retirement benefits, and competitive salaries. It is always better to secure a job before moving to another state. However, there are a plethora of other smaller businesses, such as franchise restaurants and small shops that are constantly recruiting throughout the year. Finding a job once you get to New Hampshire should not be too much of a problem, as there is a demand for workers in the state. 4. Most beautiful fall. Not many states can boast of a beautiful fall. In fact, several states experience a very dreary season filled with shades of gray and brown. But not New Hampshire. Possibly one of the most beautiful falls you will ever experience is in this beautiful state. It may even be the single most important reason you would want to move here. The fall in New Hampshire simply moves the soul. And, even if you have to wait an entire year to see it, it is well worth the wait. And if that is not enough, there are a plethora of scenic drives and beautiful hikes that you can take in the state to appreciate the beauty of this season. Taking a drive along Kancamagus Highway allows you to take in the splendor of the season. The season owes its beautiful hues to the changing color of the leaves on the maple trees, oak trees, and birches, which light up the landscapes in majestic colors of bright green, yellow, red, and orange. 5. Beautiful, quaint towns. There is a lot of history in this part of the country. These quaint little towns are truly unique to this state with their cobblestone walkways, small antique shops, and covered bridges. The cottage-style homes that you find in New England are somewhat of heritage to this part of the country. You will not find them anywhere else in the United States. And, these style homes bring a certain type of ambiance that you also will not find anywhere else. You will quickly fall in love with these small towns, filled with rich history and charm. Cons of living in New Hampshire. As is the case with most places, just as there are benefits, there are disadvantages to living in a specific area. 1. No public transit. In fact, there are ways of getting out of the state of New Hampshire but little to no transit within the state. This can be very frustrating, especially if you don't own a vehicle. Unlike other states that have very developed public transit systems that operate daily and sometimes through the night as well, New Hampshire does not share the same qualities. There are no public trains that run daily, taking you from one city to another, or from one part of the city to another. There is a bus system that runs in both Manchester and Concord. But this is hardly advanced or integrated. It can take you to your destination and that is about it. In order to move around in New England, you will either need to take a Greyhound bus or connect with the Amtrak system in Boston. 2. What nightlife? New Hampshire is not exactly known for its younger population. In fact, there is an aging population that lives in this state. And as such, there is little to no nightlife in New Hampshire. The state caters mostly to aging residents and young families. So, if you are single, New Hampshire may not be the best place for you to experience the nightlife. The closest you will get to experiencing nightlife in this state may be in Manchester or Portsmouth. Apart from that, you're looking at a local bar for entertainment. So, if you are a food and wine connoisseur, you may struggle to find a decent fine dining establishment that is able to cater to your needs. 3. Drug addiction. Sadly, this beautiful state is plagued by an opioid addiction that has seeped over many of the beautiful cities and towns. It has one of the highest death rates due to drug overdose. The state has even established a special task force and implemented proactive interventions in an effort to combat the surge of drug abuse in New Hampshire, but to no avail. When boredom strikes, people turn to drugs. The main cause of the epidemic stems from the high rate at which the drug is being prescribed, in addition to extended-release opioids. It is estimated that nearly 13% of the population in this state uses illicit drugs. 4. Congested traffic. It is no secret that New Hampshire is a summer destination for many people across the U.S. And as such, you can expect congested traffic during the summer months. More visitors means that there are more cars on the road and that summertime is a nightmare when it comes to getting around in the state. The worst of the traffic usually hits around Memorial Day to Labor Day. If you can somehow adjust your schedule to ensure that you run your errands before or after these dates, you should be fine. Otherwise, you are looking at bumper-to-bumper traffic for hours on end. 5. High property taxes. The property price in New Hampshire is $440,000 for a standard home and is slightly higher than in the rest of the nation, which is approximately $374,900. Now that may not seem like much of a problem, but most of the residents work in the hospitality industry.